Hi, and welcome to another Partner Playbook. I'm Tanya Gentry, Chief Sales Officer for Big Red Media MSP Success, and I'm very excited today. We have Field Effect, and we've got Marty Landry, the VP of Sales for Field Effect here. Hi, Marty. How are you?
Hi, Tanya. How's it going? Thanks for having me on. Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here.
Great. I started working with Field Effect. It's probably now maybe a couple of years. I think. I know some of our very prominent MSPs. Actually brought you guys to us. So we were super excited. I know you've done a lot of different events with us. It's been great. But for anyone that's listening that may not know about Field Effect, can you give us a little background and tell us a little bit about your company?
Yeah, for sure. And first of all, thanks a lot. We've really appreciated the partnership to date as well too, and your community. So love interacting with the MSPs on the call here. For those of you that don't know us, we're a cybersecurity company. Ultimately, we're an MDR platform that's purpose built for MSPs. I think what makes us a little bit different than a lot of the other MDRs on the market is that we're holistic in nature and that we cover all areas of cloud, network, and endpoint, but we do it with all proprietary technology that was built from the ground up. So native level EDR right in our endpoint agent, network monitoring and cloud monitoring as well too. And then what we do is we sort of aggregate that data together. We integrate bidirectionally with all of the major leading, Halo, ConnectWise, Autotask, PSAs for MSPs, so they can sort of stay in the tools that they're in. And then the output of the system is through what we call an ARO, so an action recommendation observation system. And really it's meant to provide clarity and visibility instead of noise. So I think, those three elements our MSPs love. Ultimately, we allow them to consolidate tools, really streamline the cybersecurity operation and drive better margins, which at the end of the day is important to any business as well too. So, yeah.
Thank you for that. Yes, the MSPs that are in our community that use you guys, I love you. And I know you're a go-to for a lot of the scoop that we have when we're doing things with MSP Success. So thank you for that. Let's talk about your partner program, right? So that's what we're here for. I always ask this: what are some of the key features and benefits that you'd like to share with the community?
Yeah, for sure. So I think, like a lot of other partners out there, obviously we have a very robust partner portal with tons of information. One of the key features is we have a flexible proposal-based MDF program. So we really want to make sure that we're working with our partners on sort of creative marketing initiatives that align with their goals and align with strategic support. So we do provide MDF, and we do make sure that we're working specifically with our partners. Our onboarding experience is really streamlined right out of that partner portal as well too. Getting started guides. We have detailed sort of playbooks. We have sales training. We have technical training, sales enablement, co-marketing content as well too. But beyond really sort of those elements inside the partner portal, we really invest in our partners' growth with actual humans as well too. So we've got a really a lot of very smart people that work for us. Many of them coming from the cyber intelligence community with big titles and nice backgrounds, and so we'll bring them on educational webinars for your clients. So really tapping into our cyber pros as well too, or really even if you have a meeting with a prospect, we'll bring our folks on as well too to help them out. We know that you always own the customer, but we're here to support. And then ultimately we're always looking to refresh that content as well too, and make it easy for our partners to stay equipped and easy to sell. So really just to summarize, partner portal with tons of sales enablement content, MDF program that really helps, and then super smart humans and cyber pros that we can help and provide some cloud on webinars and things like that as well too.
Yeah, I know, you guys have tapped into even, our CEO, Robin Robbins, right? I think you guys just hired her to come and do a program and a webinar, I think just a couple of weeks ago. So the proof's in the pudding. I know you guys really do care about the growth of the MSP partners that you have. For the partner program specifically, anything, I can't believe this, we're halfway through 2025, but anything that you've got on the horizon as far as enhancements that you're going to put in place this year?
Yeah, I think, so there's a few enhancements that we're going to make inside the partner portal itself, we receive a lot of engagement from our partners on reviews, on partner referrals, on MDF requests. So we're working on some new dashboarding to really enhance the user experience and make that visible to partners as well too. So we're going to be providing some incentives and things like that for things like making reviews or referrals, and then really making the MDF experience even better, so that sort of exactly what you qualify for, exactly what you're submitting for, and you can kind of track your progress through dashboarding in the portal as well too. So we're really looking to enhance those programs this year.
Cool. What do you guys look for in a partner? And then also too, one of the follow-ups that I always ask is like, okay, how does a partner be successful with Field Effect?
Yeah, for sure. So first of all, on a partner, what's really important to understand about working with Field Effect off the bat is we're looking for a partnership. We don't view ourselves as just like a vendor relationship. And I think if you spoke to a lot of our top partners, they would certainly tell you that's how it feels. So for our partners, we want collaboration. We want feedback. Almost all of our roadmap items are strictly driven by partner feedback and things that our partners are telling us. The product is constantly evolving, again, because we own all that technology. It allows us to be very nimble. So it's all based on that feedback. And we are looking for partners, of course, that care about their clients, care about their protection, want to be able to leverage our resources to educate them, and are ultimately looking to grow, right? So I guess if you're talking about an ideal partner for us, that's sort of what it looks like. Some ways that partners can be successful with Field Effect, again, I would say is the inverse of that, really leaning into our resources. Leverage some of our smart people on a webinar or a call, right? So lean into our humans, lean into our cyber professionals, and lean into the partner program elements that are there. Like we have campaigns in a box that are industry specific, right? We have things like an attack surface report that you could run on a client before you go into a meeting that's going to, from the outside, show you some elements that are going to help you win that deal. So take advantage of the tools that we're providing you and the people, and really leaning into that partnership and that collaboration together.
I know again, I keep saying this because guys, I hear it a lot from our MSPs that work with Field Effect, the webinars, right? So everybody's always like, how do I do outreach? What do I do? How do I do an event, or how do I do some of those things? And you guys did an amazing job with them of being able to provide, that expert, for it, and really help them put the content together, even so they didn't have to recreate the wheel.
Yeah, we'll meet with you. We'll collaborate. We had a partner the other week that, their clients are asking about the dark web. What is it? And how does that work? Or compliance requirements, right? And so we'll bring someone that works in compliance on our side to walk through and really talk about how that links in and why those things matter. Like what is, what's a phishing attack? These things. And so we'll bring professionals from our side to make it a little bit less salesy and make sure that we're providing sort of some thought leadership to those calls as well too. So.
You talked about feedback, right? And that's one of the things that I always ask about. But what are you guys hearing? What's on your partners' minds right now?
Yeah. So I would say a lot, right? So there's a lot going on in the world, geopolitically right now, right? And so we're helping our partners, navigate a lot of those things that are happening with their clients, and maybe some changes in their industry as well too. There's definitely a lot happening on the insurance and the compliance side. So we have a lot of partners that have growing compliance requirements that they need to meet, and regulations, and we do a good job we've really started incorporating that into our product. So we'll actually alert on, inside of our alerting mechanism, we'll actually let them know, certain compliance requirements that they'll be meeting, providing risk and vulnerability reporting. So on the insurance side, a big part of it is risk, right? And they want to make sure that you have certain controls in place. We're able to check most all of those boxes for our partners as well too, and a lot of them. But we've also leaned into providing risk and vulnerability reporting right inside of our solution as well too, to help them meet those requirements. And I would say the last biggest one that we're really hearing about, and we can talk about this in a bit too, is the cloud, right? And so for years it was EDR and endpoint protection, but we know with the advent of cloud that's where a lot of attacks are starting to originate. So how can we help them, make sure that they're securing and protecting their clients' cloud environments, and ultimately even helping them with upsells and packages to make sure that they're providing that proper coverage as a table stake now as well too.
So you alluded to it. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
What is coming down the pike for Field Effect for the rest of the year? Like what kind of things, what kind of new and exciting, you guys have it, I know, because every time I turn around, there's something really cool that you guys are putting out. So, what do you guys have as far as new enhancements, or what are you doing? You said some things about the cloud.
Yeah, exactly. So we can start there. And again, the product is constantly iterative. We're constantly improving this thing, and we own all of our own tech, but we can start right at cloud. So we do provide cloud monitoring today for, both M365 and G Suite, as well as, a whole host of other applications like Salesforce, Okta, Duo. We're looking to add even more of those integrations this year, but also what we're looking to do is we're getting more and more demand for even cloud only is a standalone solution. So we made a change this year where we had our MDR Complete, and then we released in January our MDR Core, which is cloud, so M365 or G Suite and endpoint protection. But we've got some customers now that either just looking to get into an environment with cloud only, or looking for better reporting there. So it's a solution that we are able to parse off, but what we're really looking to do, and what we are doing right now, is enhancing the reporting around cloud only, so that it'll be very competitive on the market as sort of a standalone cloud solution where you'll be able to provide your clients really good reporting as to what's going on in their cloud security posture. That's one element that's coming down the pipe on the cloud side. So we'll certainly currently have you well covered there, and it's only going to get better. One of the other elements of our service is we do provide a DNS firewall right inside of our MDR, and that is unique. We're making a lot of enhancements there to the reporting as well too. To this point, it had sort of been a feature that was included in the solution, but again, that's going to be something that would be have to stand on its own as its own sort of DNS solution, as well as just provide some enhanced reporting around it for our customers and clients on that roaming DNS as well too. And then the last piece I would say, just as these reports evolve, is some more control and sort of visibility into the behind the scenes of the solution for some of those MSPs that are either in co-managed or in more mature environments where they want to be able to take a little bit more action or control on themselves. We're making some enhancements to the solution around those elements as well too. So I'd say those are sort of the three big things coming down the pipe. We've had a ton. Like last year, we added Halo PSA. We added additional risk and vulnerability reporting. We added our MDR Core solution. So again, this thing's constantly iterative, and there's going to be more and more stuff coming out.
Very cool. I think do you have a special offer for our community?
I do. Yeah.
Oh, good.
We do. So one of the biggest things that we hear when we get on the phone with clients, they see a demo, they love the product. They're very intrigued in moving forward, but they might be, locked into a current agreement. That's probably one of our biggest barriers, and they don't really know what to do, or hey, I'm already committed to this solution, and how do I move forward with Field Effect and layer that on? So we are offering exclusively a contract buyout program. So essentially, what we'd like you to do is come to us and tell us if you're interested, and that's the only thing blocking you from moving forward. Come to us, let us know sort of what your contract looks like with your current solution, how much term left is, how much cost, and we'll take a look at it on our end too, and look to sort of mitigate that off the cost of your MDR so that you're not double paying for solutions. We'll provide a link after this as well too, where you can sign up for that, but it'll be get.fieldeffect.com/MSP success. But Tanya, I think you're going to be providing the link for that and sending that out.
sure everybody we'll provide this with this when you're listening to it. So, you know what, Marty, thank you so much. Again, you guys have been a very important part of MSP success. Everything, the knowledge that you bring to it. Whenever there's any breach or there's something like that, we always go to you guys to get some feedback for it. So appreciate that from you. So thank you so much for being on here and spending some time with me this morning.
Likewise, and thank you so much. And yeah, I'd like to say the same, both about the folks at MSP Success, but also about the partner community. It is a really great partner community, and we're looking forward to continuing to be part of it. And we've really enjoyed our interactions to date as well, too. So thanks for having me on.
Wonderful. And for the MSPs listening, we'll be back with more soon. Bye.